We all have secrets. Don't lie to me. I know you have secrets. And I have secrets too. And as a gesture of goodwill before this video starts, I'll tell you one of my deepest, darkest secrets. A couple of years ago, I was taking a trip up to St. Louis, and I'll tell you what, I had the worst case of grumbly guts this side of the Mississippi. My colon was concocting the worst smelling, foulest stew that has ever been known to mankind. I had pulled into a gas station to relieve myself, and it was one of those small gas stations where you have to get the key from behind the counter. I ran in there as fast as I possibly could to get that key. I got it from the guy, and he slowly handed it to me, almost like he was messing with me because he could tell. Once I got that key, faster than the flash, I got to that bathroom, locked the door, tried to drop my pants, and I'll tell you what, the millisecond that my underwear cleared my butthole, I just let loose. But here's the problem. I missed. Yeah, my clothes were safe, but I'll tell you what, I wasn't fully on the toilet just yet. I absolutely unleashed this horrible concoction on part of the toilet seat and behind the toilet seat. And I tried my best to clean it up after I finished my business. I washed my hands, kindly gave the key back to the man, and hauled ass out of there, and I've never looked back. I don't know how bad that smell was leaking out of there, and I hope I did the best I possibly could with what I had to clean it up, but man, it's been eating at me ever since. Now, why did I tell you that? I don't know. Well, we are looking at r/confessions today, and people on this subreddit usually make anonymous profiles and anonymous posts, not giving any hint to their real identity or anything like that. They have to get something off their chest, they confess. I thought it'd be fun to go through some of the best posts of the month and just see how deranged people can actually be. And if this is anything like that poop story I just shared with you, this could get very messy, both figuratively and literally. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. My friend walked in on me getting my salad tossed. A few years back, I lost my job and nowhere to live. I moved to Virginia Beach and decided to live with my high school friend on the air mattress in their living room. We went out that night and ran into two Navy officers. I snagged the better one of the two. We went back to my friends and one thing led to another, and this Navy officer wanted to tongue my butthole. It's not a job for everyone, but I respect it. Who am I to deny it? This girl knows! Yes! Yes! Eat that ass! Well, the next 15 minutes or so led to a ferocious salad tossing. That's such a funny term. My friend went to get a glass of water and walked through the living room to witness this. It scarred my friend for life. Shortly after, I had to find a new place to live. This has lived in my head as one of the strangest moments for as long as I can recall. One of the funniest things about this post is that she edits it and updates everyone on her salad tossing post. Edit. I'm shocked by the amount of upvotes and questions I've gotten about this. I'm also happy to have sparked some controversy in some of you. I only posted this because of some slight remorse I felt due to the situation. Yes, it was in a Walmart air mattress in the middle of the living room. Yes, I did take a quick shower, which after a night out was as fast and as thorough as I could. I'm more concerned that nobody has engaged in these activities at all. Since I've gotten my own place, I've hosted many salad bars, invites only. So also, please stop. Is that what they call it? Salad bars? Dude, okay. I'm a little bit out of my element here, but hey, more power to it. I'm not judging. Hey, I mean, who doesn't want to tongue punch a fart box every now and then? I know I do. Blowing up in my DMs. There's some guy, there's a bunch of greasy Redditors in our DMs. That's so funny. Get out there and find somebody to throw your feet back and take the plunge. It's quite liberating. You heard her, guys and gals. Hey. Go out there and find someone to throw your legs back and go ahead and tongue dive that balloon knot. Marrying for money sucks and I don't recommend it. I married a 40-year-old when I was 19. Started dating when I was 17. Yes, that's gross, but that's what happened. Yeah, no, that's pretty gross. Already off to a horrible start. The only reason he married me is because I was hot. The only reason I married him is because he had money. I actually do have other redeeming characteristics, but he married me because I was hot. I know this. Everyone knows this. It doesn't feel great, but I can deal with it. We've been married for 20 years, 4 kids. We are stable and have lots in common at this point, and we do love each other. But if I could go back and slap myself, I would. What nobody tells you, or they try and you don't listen because you're a dumbass teenager, is that marrying like this means you fucking owe him for everything. Every goddamn day. Not just in the bedroom, but in other matters of your life. The stuff you never imagined someone else trying to decide for you. And you don't just owe him for the money, it's a lot heavier than that. He'll never say it out loud, but you know the deal. Fundamentally unequal. He'll pull rank at the most random times and it'll make you feel like you're falling through the floor. I don't hate my life or anything. I accept that I made this bed and I have to lie in it, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else. My oldest daughter is 2 years younger than I was when I met my husband, and I can't imagine. Honestly, I don't know why this would be on r/confessions. Usually, like, It's stuff that people can't just tell just by looking at you. But I mean, according to this post, everyone knows the deal, and I guess she's just letting other people know that, hey, if you're thinking about doing this, it actually sucks. Don't do it. I guess you can just chalk this one down to like a cautionary tale, right? Just letting people know. Next. I do literally nothing at work for 7 months now and nobody's noticed. My day is pretty boring. I get to work, I open my PC, and I stare at a screen for 8 hours straight. Most days I have absolutely nothing to do, and the days there is some work, it takes at most a couple hours of my time. That's interesting. I work in an open space, but nobody has noticed, so I guess I'm really good at seeming busy. My bosses respect me and even thank me for my work. I don't know for how long I'll be able to keep going, but I'm going to exploit the situation the best I can. It's also my first job in an entry-level role without much room for progress. I'm not even gonna lie to you, just write it. Just go along with it. If you can just keep getting a paycheck, putting in minimal work, by all means, just, hey, go for it, brother. It sounds like the dream situation. You know, he's showing up to a place and not doing anything, getting paid for it. But I imagine that's very boring for him, because now he can just pull out his phone and start surfing the web, or, you know, he can't just start, you know, pull out his gaming laptop and start gaming away. He's got to look busy. And in some cases, looking busy is a lot harder than staying busy. I've been in that situation before, and that sucks. But seems to be like he likes it. So next, I intentionally ask women well above the legal age limit for alcohol to show me their ID. I work as a cashier at a grocery store. Whenever a middle-aged woman who clearly looks older than 21 purchases alcohol from me, I intentionally ask them to show me their ID. I do this because I feel somewhere deep down, I feel if I ask them for the ID, it creates an impression they look far younger than they are. I do this every chance I get, regardless of how busy the line is, in hopes that it makes them feel younger and possibly happier. That's actually just super wholesome. That's kind of nice. A guy that doesn't really have a lot of opportunities to make people feel nice, but he's taking anyone he can. So I'm starting to realize these aren't really like bad confessions. I mean, the ones I've seen so far aren't really all that bad. I've intentionally not cleaned our house for the past year. My husband claims to be a germaphobe, but lives like a slob. We separated, but never officially divorced, in 2020. I truly love living alone with my pets, and I am admittedly not the best housekeeper. Laundry always piles up, and the dishes don't get washed until I can fully fill the dishwasher. I don't sweep or mop as often as I should, but make a generous effort if expecting company. So in 2022, we reconnected and rekindled our relationship and decided to move back in together. His OCD, which I've recently learned to call it, is extremely frustrating. He must wash or sanitize his hands after touching anything that's been on the floor, money, his wallet, etc. I'm required to do the same. Any piece of clothing that has been worn outside his bedroom, i.e. his safe space, even if only for an hour, has to immediately go into laundry. He hasn't had a legit job in over a year, just some under-the-table work for a while. Started 2 different server jobs and was fired within a few weeks. I work full-time and pay at least 90% of the bills. Holy hell. This was the case before we split. So for the past year, I decided that if he was going to be a stay-at-home husband, I'm not going to do the housework. Guys, our house is disgraceful, and I'd be mortified if anyone came to visit. Our floors haven't been cleaned in months. The garbage is overflowing before it gets taken out. Last week I got a notice in the mail about our unkempt lawn. I cave in and clean the bathroom when he leaves skid marks in the toilet seat, or the sink and the shower start looking gross, but I legitimately can't tell if he doesn't notice these things. Doesn't care, just knows that eventually I'll take care of them so he won't have to. It seems like this guy just really just likes being a slob and getting all his bills paid for. And I'm actually on his side on this thing. I mean, if you have a woman who's bringing home the bacon and can do the housework, I mean, guys, you made it big. Congratulations. This is all you could ever ask for, right up top. Here's a short one. When I was 16, I lied about my age to sleep with an older woman. I don't want to get into the details that much, but when I was younger, I did as the title states through an online dating app for hookups. It wasn't my first time, but I entirely recognized that doesn't excuse anything at all. That was just context. I still feel horrible about it to this day, and I don't know what to do. I haven't told anyone about this, and I never even told her my age. Now, there's a lot that could be said about lying about your age to get some pussy, but I'm not going to go into that. That's a horrible thing. You made someone commit a crime. You should feel bad about it. But don't tell that person, especially if they don't know, because that's just going to fuck them up for life. Also, I saw this comment, which was crazy. My friend is 31 and a grandma because her 12-year-old son lied to a girl about his age and got a 16-year-old female pregnant. Imagine being a grandma at 31. Holy shit. What a diabolical family dynamic. So if your friend was 31 years old and they had a kid that was 12, that means they probably got pregnant around 18. And then that 12-year-old had a kid with a 16-year-old and got that. So yeah, that's 31-year-old would be that is wacky. That is so crazy. Holy hell, man. Woo, that's nuts. I met JoJo Siwa IRL and she told me she was going to grind my bean. We're in uncharted waters here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm learning so many new phrases today. I, 22F, met JoJo Siwa, 21F, at Disney World when she was having her 21st birthday party. I went up and told her that I was a big fan of her and asked for a picture. I could tell at this point she had a few too many drinks. She outright told me that if she had a chance, she would grind my bean. I'd thought about it for a little bit. It was obviously weird, but like, I knew she was weird. But then I heard her new song and the line in it that said, "I'd like to grind your bean." Well, that want me to thinking she was talking about me in the song about me? What the fuck does that mean? All of this is too unreal, and I honestly just can't think about it because she kind of freaks me out and I'm no longer a fan. Can anyone give me advice on what to do? Should I DM her and confront her? I love how the top comment here is, what the fuck did I just wake up to? You can say whatever you want about JoJo Siwa, but hey, she's got unspeakable riz. I mean, that's one for the ages. I wish I could say that. I don't know if I could pull off the bean grinder comment, but hey, I mean, if I could, I would. I'm so desperate to be seen naked, so I go to saunas. I've been feeling sexually deprived. The last time I had sex was back in February 2023, before I moved to Germany for my studies. Sex makes me anxious, which is part of the reason why I avoid it. And honestly, I don't have much confidence in my riz. This guy's talking about Riz game. But honestly, same though, man. I'm right there with you. I really value physical touch, nudity, cuddling, and connection are huge for me and make me feel healthier overall. But since I'm not in a relationship and I can't afford to pay for sex, I end up going to saunas so that people can look at me at least. I know it's unconventional, but saunas have become my only outlet to embrace my own nudity and feel seen in some way. It's not ideal, but for now, it's the closest thing I can get to intimacy I crave. Edit, I live in Germany, where in most saunas you are required to be naked. That being said, I know a majority of people in the sauna are not interested in looking at me. The thing that satisfies me is knowing that maybe 1 or 2 people have glanced at me and quietly appreciated how I look. It's a subtle but comforting feeling. That is very strange for wanting strangers to look at your naked body, but I mean, hey, we all have wants and needs, and if you can't get them, I guess you gotta start looking for other outlets. But I mean, hey, they're all there to relax and get naked and enjoy the steam, so there's no downside. You're not hurting anyone, so I mean, hey, more power to you. Okay, I was about to end the recording, but this last one caught my eye, so I wanted to read it. I often taste a drop of my urine when I go to the bathroom. You can see why it caught my eye. Why would you do that? Let's go ahead and read and figure it out. Yeah, I, 25 male, don't know what's wrong with me. I don't particularly like the taste of urine. I just do it. $31 for a pizza? Are you shitting me? I once read that people with diabetes have sweet pee. You know I love that sweet pee. And I was curious, and since then I just taste a drop after trying to get the last bit out of my shaft. Anyway, it turns out that every once in a while my pee does taste sweet, actually. Oh, that's especially today after eating a lot of Christmas sweets. I don't know if I have diabetes, and I have no symptoms other than this occasional sweet-tasting pee. But I'm never going to go to a doctor and say my pee tastes sweet sometimes, because that's just embarrassing and foul, and I feel quite bad for doing it. I mean, here's an idea. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, hey, feel free to say no. We could mass-produce this sweet-tasting pee. Look, people are always trying to find new products. The regular sodas and everything like that, yeah, they're sweet, but they get old, you know? Here's a thought. You try to sell that sweet tasting pee, and I'll tell you what, you make the first batch and I'll taste test it and I'll let you know how it goes. You know, this might be like $1 billion opportunity. These don't come around too often, so I mean, hell, I can see us going on Shark Tank and say, hey, this guy's pee, it's pretty sweet. I mean, go ahead and take a taste, and then I can see just Mark Cuban go, oh God, it's delicious, and give us $1 billion. I can see it. I also have an issue with auto cannibalism. I eat the hairs that fall out of my head, eyebrows, eyelashes, whatever. Okay, God, okay, that is a lot worse. Maybe change the name. It doesn't need to be auto-cannibalism. I also chew and eat my fingernails and occasionally my toenails. I also eat my scabs, boogers, blackheads, pimples, etc. So many confessions all in one place. I feel disgusting and want to stop. I often ask myself, why do I keep tasting my pee? I don't drink it, it's just a drop, and it's not every time I pee, usually once a day, but I don't want to do it anymore, and no one knows except you, Reddit. That is my confession, and quite a confession it is, my God. The top comment, opens Reddit, closes Reddit. Well, that was fantastic. Lots of grade A people in the world, and I know these are confessions, and we maybe not supposed to judge them too harshly, but wow. Wow. This isn't even the worst of it. There is also a subreddit called r/confessions gone wild. And I'm going to make a video about that here pretty soon too, because while these were, for the most part, like about like situations and other things like that, confessions gone wild is like straight weird ass sex stories, and I'm gonna get into that one maybe here in a future video, because I took a quick look through them, and damn. That's going to do it for me. If you like what you saw, hit that like and subscribe and all that stuff. I would appreciate it. I'm still trying to get to 1,000 subs. So, you know, if you can help out with that, I would be forever grateful. But if I never see you again, I hope you have a good life. Now come give me some sugar. Bye.